Once upon a time, in a distant and bustling market filled with the aroma of spices and the vibrant colors of textiles, a curious explorer named Sindbad wandered through the stalls. He was a sailor who had traveled to many lands and seen many wonders, but today, something extraordinary caught his eye. Amidst the chatter of the lively crowd, Sindbad found himself drawn to a humble merchant stall. The merchant, an old man with a twinkle in his eye, was selling a peculiar rolled-up carpet. Its patterns were intricate, and the colors seemed to shimmer under the sun. Sindbad's curiosity piqued, and he approached the merchant, who warmly greeted him. You've got a keen eye, my friend," said the merchant. "This isn't just any carpet. It's special." Sindbad, intrigued by the mysterious allure of the carpet, decided to purchase it. The merchant chuckled softly, as if he knew a secret that Sindbad did not. Sindbad carried the carpet back to his small, cozy room at an inn nearby, eager to discover what made it so remarkable. That night, as the moonlight poured through the window, Sindbad carefully unrolled the carpet. To his amazement, the moment it was laid flat, the carpet trembled and began to rise gently off the ground, as though it had a life of its own. "By the stars!" Sindbad exclaimed, half in shock and half in delight. He hopped onto the carpet, and before he knew it, he was soaring through the cool night air. The carpet swept Sindbad across the skies, revealing sights he'd never imagined, flying over mountains, skimming the surface of oceans, and drifting beside twinkling stars. It was a wondrous adventure, all thanks to a simple purchase made at the market that day. With a heart full of excitement and a spirit awakened to new possibilities, Sindbad landed back in his room just as dawn tinted the horizon with shades of pink and gold. He carefully rolled up the carpet, his mind spinning with the secrets it held and the adventures yet to come. From that day on, Sindbad knew he would never be just a sailor but an adventurer of the skies, all thanks to the magical carpet from the bustling market. And each night, the promise of a new journey awaited him in the whispers of the wind. And thus, Sindbad's journey continued, guided by wonder and the enchanting road of the skies. Sindbad had always been fascinated with the stories of flying carpets. As a young boy, he would gaze up at the sky, dreaming of adventures and distant lands. Now, as the sun began to rise over the horizon, his dream was about to come true. Sindbad carefully unrolled the ancient, magical carpet given to him by an old sage he met on his travels. The carpet shimmered with vibrant colors, each thread telling a story of its own. With a deep breath and a heart full of excitement, Sindbad stepped onto the carpet. "Here goes nothing," he whispered. Suddenly, the carpet jerked to life, lifting Sindbad effortlessly off the ground. He held on tightly, feeling the wind playfully tousle his hair as the world below grew smaller and smaller. The flying carpet soared high, gliding gracefully over lush green valleys, winding rivers, and majestic mountains capped with snow. Sindbad's eyes widened with wonder at the diverse tapestry of the world beneath him. He leaned over the edge slightly, trying to capture every little detail of the land he had only ever read about in books. As the afternoon sun began to set, casting a golden hue over a sprawling desert, Sindbad felt a sense of peace wash over him. But adventure often comes with challenges, and soon he discovered one such challenge waiting over the desert's edge. Dark clouds began to gather, swirling ominously ahead. Before Sindbad could react, a fierce storm unleashed its fury. Winds howled, and rain pelted like tiny arrows. The carpet tried to steady itself, but the tempest was relentless, swaying it left and right. Sindbad clung to the carpet, his knuckles white, his heart racing. He realized he had to be brave and think quickly. Remembering the sage's advice, he guided the carpet higher to escape the worst of the storm. As the storm subsided, the calm evening sky returned. Sindbad breathed a sigh of relief, grateful for the experience and the lesson in courage. The carpet gently descended, landing on a sandy dune just as the stars began to twinkle above. Sindbad knew the journey had just begun, and many more adventures awaited him. With the night's gentle breeze in his sails of wonder, he smiled, ready to embrace whatever the skies held next. In the land above the clouds, where the wind sang like a playful flute and the sun brushed the sky with golden hues, lived Sindbad the Daring. He was known far and wide for his adventurous spirit and his magical flying carpet, which was said to whisper the secrets of the skies. One day, as Sindbad navigated his carpet through a brewing storm, he found himself amidst swirling winds and flashing lightning. Just as he was guiding his loyal carpet towards calmer skies, a yell broke through the cacophony of thunder. "Halt, Sindbad!" bellowed a voice like booming thunder itself. Peering through the rain, Sindbad spied a band of sinister sky pirates astride their own flying carpets, adorned with tattered sails and fierce insignias painted across their billowing surfaces. Their leader, a burly pirate with a patch over one eye and a gleaming sword at his side, demanded Sindbad's treasures, for tales of his riches had spread even to the wild blue yonder. But Sindbad, ever clever and quick-witted, wasn't about to let his precious cargo fall into pirate hands. With a swift maneuver, he tilted his carpet's edge and dived sharply towards the labyrinthine canyons below. The sky pirates gave pursuit, but they underestimated the skill with which Sindbad piloted his faithful carpet. As he zipped through the narrow corridors of the canyon, the pirates found themselves struggling to keep up, their clumsy attempts at turning nearly crashing them into rocky walls. With each twist and turn, Sindbad gained more ground, his carpet a blur of colors that confused and dazzled his pursuers. Soon, he heard the frustrated cries of the pirates fade into the distance, their sails whipped about by the canyon winds. Finally, emerging from the canyon's embrace into the tranquil sky beyond, Sindbad steered his carpet upward, the storm now behind him. He chuckled to himself, knowing that his wits and bravery had saved the day once more. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in streaks of purple and orange, Sindbad soared towards new adventures, the wind once again singing a triumphant tune in his ears. Once upon a time, sailing across the endless sea, was the brave explorer Sindbad. Having narrowly escaped the clutches of fearsome pirates, Sindbad found himself amidst a mysterious fog, where the sea met the sky. As the mist cleared, a breathtaking sight unfolded before him, a floating city nestled among the clouds. The city sparkled under the golden sun, its spires reaching for the heavens. The buildings were made of shimmering clouds, woven with threads of rainbow colors. Sindbad's adventurous heart leapt with excitement and curiosity. He steered his ship closer and was greeted by gentle melodies wafting from the city. To Sindbad's surprise, the inhabitants were not humans but friendly cloud people with soft, glowing skin and gentle smiles. They glided gracefully, wearing robes made from morning dew. The leader of the cloud people, a wise elder named Nimbus, welcomed Sindbad warmly. "Traveler, you have discovered the hidden city of Zephra," Nimbus announced. Sindbad was treated to a feast like no other, with foods that danced on his tongue and drinks as light as air. As he shared stories of his travels, the cloud people listened with wide eyes, thrilled by adventures far beyond their city in the sky. To thank Sindbad for gracing their city, Nimbus made him a special gift, a golden feather plucked from the mythical sky eagle, a guardian of their lands. This feather, Nimbus explained, brings good luck to travelers and ensures safe passage through the skies and seas. Treasure it, for it will guide you on your journey. Filled with gratitude, Sindbad promised never to forget his friends in the clouds. With renewed courage and a heart full of wonder, he set sail once again, the golden feather tucked safely in his pocket. Ready to discover the next marvel the world had to offer, Sindbad left the hidden city of Zephra, his spirit uplifted and his soul enriched by the unexpected friendship he had found in the clouds. Once upon a time, in a bustling port city, there lived an adventurous boy named Sindbad. Sindbad was known for his insatiable curiosity, always dreaming of lands far beyond the horizon. One day, as the sun dipped into the ocean, casting a golden hue across the sky, Sindbad stumbled upon an extraordinary treasure. It was a golden feather belonging to a majestic bird that hovered over mysterious lands. Filled with awe, Sindbad held the feather tightly, a symbol of his marvelous journey across the seas. He remembered the trials he faced, the brave encounters with fierce storms, enchanting islands whispering tales of the past. Sindbad's heart was full of joy, not just because of the adventures and the feather, but because of the lessons he learned. He knew courage, kindness, and wisdom led him home safely. In his possession was another marvel, a magical flying carpet. The flying carpet was a mystical ride that could whisk him to the unknown corners of the world where myths abounded and wonders awaited. But with great power came great responsibility, and Sindbad vowed to use the carpet wisely. As Sindbad approached his cozy home, nestled where sea and sky met, he thought about sharing his stories. His tales would inspire other young adventurers to listen to the winds of destiny and embrace every quest. Though his journey had ended, it was the start of something new. Sindbad knew there were places no sailor had ever charted, lands unseen. With a glint in his eyes and dreams rekindled by the feather and carpet, Sindbad prepared for future voyages. Believing the adventure never truly ends, it only transforms into the tapestry of life, woven by tales of old, with courage as the thread and dreams as the patterns.